Hey everybody, what's up? It's Some Type of Artist, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we left the forest and we got our first bullet bag upgrade. What's going on, Cinderella? I'm not dancing, you know. My back itches! Ooh, ooh! Yeah. Maybe your friend here can help scratch it. Hey, forest boy! This is the city of Hyrule. Take your time and enjoy the sights. If you came here to see Hyrule Castle, take the street on your right. If you want to see the back alleys of the town, take the street to the left. Oh, really? The back alleys of the town? How very exciting. That's exactly where I want to go. You know, most of these people just say, you know, whatever. These guys are kind of funny. I can talk to them. I wanted to see Princess Zelda. I avoided the guards, swam through the moat. I was almost there when they caught me. I found a small drain hole on the right side of the castle that I thought I could sneak into, but I got stuck there. Oh, really? Aren't you like 40 years old? 35 years old? Why do you want to see Princess Zelda? She's a kid like me. What a crazy guy. Can you believe this guy was crazy enough to try to sneak into the castle to see Princess Zelda? All because this idiot, they've tightened security at the castle. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people will just, like, skip over the text and everything like that. And I don't blame them, because, you know, they played the game a million times before. They know the story, but in case anyone's forgotten, you know, there is a reason why all those guards are stationed in random spots out there. You might come here early. There's nothing to really do here. I just, like, I don't know. I like coming here a little earlier. I think it would have been cooler if they had, like, some pews in here, because it's, like, obviously a church, but this is where you go to get the Master Sword later on in the game. There are 3 hollows and an inscription here. Ye who owns 3 spiritual stones, stand with the Ocarina of Time and play the Song of Time. That is how the inscription reads. Yeah, so we have one of them. When we get the other 2, we'll be able to open that and get the Master Sword, but it's not going to be for a little while. But I always just, like I was going on in the last episode about, just like the no music here, the birds chirping, it's just like, you know, that is one thing I feel like the N64 Zelda games do very, very well, is just ambience. Not saying other Zelda games don't do it well, but I don't know. Anyway, who are you, little red-haired girl? Your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Malin. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. Fascinating. I heard some rumors that, like, is Link supposed to marry Malin? Was that, like, part of the Hyrule Historia, or, like, a theory or something? Oh, you again. Yes, I know how time works, how the time progression works. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, I don't know where I heard it from, but I remember hearing that at some point. I think, like, in a Twilight Princess rumor, like, the reason why Link is like, a ranch hand in that game is because he's, like, the descendant of, like, a farmer in a timeline where he and Malin get married. I don't know. You knock the tree here, there's a gold Skulltula. Early in the game, watch out for gold Skulltulas, because if you get hit by them, they take away an entire heart. And early in the game, that's kind of, a lot. But over here, you'll see you're gated off, and we'll talk to the guard here. So you say you want to see Princess Zelda, eh? You probably heard about her in time and decided you had to meet her. Well, go home! Get out of here! The princess would never grant an audience to the likes of you. She's a stuck-up brat, after all. Well, how nice. Looks like we're not going to be meeting Zelda anytime soon. But wait. There are some vines. Some finicky vines that you have to approach just the right way, or else you're gonna fall off them. Oh, by the way, these are gossip stones. They have a variety of things. If you just check them normally, it just says this. Hit them with your sword, it'll tell you what time it is, which might be somewhat useful if you're planning a time-related event. But anyway, you can just drop off here. It's no big deal, but I wanted to show something off because this room here is just like, it's so cozy. It's just, I love how like the fire has like this lighting effect on it, and just like the sound of the crackling embers. The door, just like the detail of the wood on it. Like, I know this is all like low poly N64 crap. I really do feel like this is one of like the best looking Nintendo 64 games, and I think for that reason I don't really view it and think this game is dated. Because I don't know. I mean, it is, visually. If you're, like, comparing it to, like, the PS4 and stuff. But I don't, like, look at Nintendo 64 games and think, you know, oh, it's dated because it's from an earlier time. I look at them and think, like, this looks really, really, really freaking good for a Nintendo 64 game. Because I used to play a lot of, I used to rent a lot of Nintendo 64 games, and I gotta say, some of them don't look good at all. So, with the context of everything, I really do feel like Ocarina of Time looks like a great game. You know, even if you're not thinking, like, you know, hey, it's an N64 game, it still doesn't look good no matter how you put it. But here's her dad. Nom, nom, nom. Welcome, our ranch is so fun. Come on, look around. Aw, it's cute. Love how he clearly decided to stop what he was doing and just, like, lie down and take a nap. Brilliant. So anyway, you might be able to guess what to do with these crates here, but Talon's in the way. We don't have a way to wake him up. And I forgot to get the egg, so what you need to do is you need to actually get caught. And when you get caught, Malin will actually be in the area. She'll be singing a song, waiting for her dad. She's an abandoned child. Good thing it's a peaceful, prosperous town and no one kidnapped her. Are you going to the castle, fairy boy? Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do. Tee! Oh yeah, if you'll look for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully. Context. Oh, it's an actual egg and not like an ovum. Thank God. That would have gotten weird quick. But I made it weird, so whoops. So basically, it doesn't matter what time she gives you this egg. When she gives you the egg, the next time it turns morning, it'll hatch into a cuckoo. And then you can use that to wake up Talon. So by the time we get back there, it should be morning. Oh, this was another interesting thing I got from the Odyssey of Hyrule. So it's kind of hard to see here. But, like, the corner where these things meet, these two sides of the wall, you can actually, and I've had such a hard time doing it whenever I retry to do this, you can actually walk up here and get over around the hills. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this. I have to, like, do this off screen. Maybe I'll do, like, a bonus episode where I go up there, but you can go up the hills and everything like that. And you can, like, see beyond the bounds and everything like that. It's really pretty cool. And, you know, I do think I want to try doing that. And if I can, maybe I'll make it into a bonus episode. Because you can actually swim underneath Hyrule Castle. And that was always my favorite trick to do. That was always just really fun for me. I actually thought when I was reading that rumor you could actually get into Hyrule Castle, like there would be an area inside. I didn't really understand the concept of, like, you know, boundary walls and stuff, but it's alright. One day we'll go on top of that castle and fight in Super Smash Brothers. I always did think it was, like, pretty weird, though, that, you know, there was a Hyrule Castle in this game and you could never get into it, though. I know that was, like, the source of a lot of Triforce rumors. But let's get our Cuckoo out. Or chicken, I'm sorry. Alright, Talon. Get your drunk ass up. What in tarnation? Can a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, owner of Lon Lon Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest and I guess I fell asleep. What? I have a child that I left alone in Castletown? I messed up bad leaving Malin behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. There's this cool dynamic shot scene of him freaking out. You know, he goes right past the guards. You'd think the guards would have, you know, since they obviously had to let him pass, they would have came around to look for him when they realized he hadn't left the castle grounds by now, but I don't want to think too hard about it. So you gotta push these crates over here so you can get to the hole. This door here isn't actually a door that goes anywhere. As you can see, it's definitely not as high quality as the other doors you can actually go through. And for the longest time, I was wondering, you know, it's obviously there just for decoration, you know, to make the castle look a little more complete. But I guess I never really put it together. That's where Talon was delivering the milk. Like, maybe that leads to a storeroom. But actually, if you get caught by the guards in here, they'll throw you out at that entrance. So honestly, I think it's just the door over here, and it like leads to a hole that goes around, and then that's where you just jump out. So if it's nighttime, you can't even come through this area, because 2 guards will be like right here, so make sure it's daytime if you're coming through here, and then you gotta go through these little sections. Those guards that are easy to get through. There was this fan fiction on that website that I used to really like. And I remember... I'm not gonna go for the rupees, there's no point. Rupees are so easy to get in this game. I honestly end up spending rupees just to make room in the wallet. There was this fan fiction on the Odyssey of Hyrule, and I remember Link was going back to Zelda again. It was like, I guess it was like how the end of the game is when he goes to visit Zelda again. And I remember Zelda said, "How did you get past the guards?" like she does when it comes up here. And the narration was like, Link didn't want to tell Zelda that an elephant can get past those guards unnoticed. I remember just always cracking up whenever I read that. Alright guys, come on. Come on, I don't have all day. Well, I do have all day. I got nothing else going on today, but it's besides the point. There is so much waiting in Ocarina. I used to really be a big fan of Ego Raptor. In some ways, I still feel like Ego Raptor, like, contributed to how I feel about certain game things today, but over time, I just kind of lost interest in them. And I remember waiting for the longest time for the Ocarina of Time sequelitis to come out, and it was entertaining and everything, but I honestly felt like it was, like, kind of disappointing as well. Because, I don't know, I felt like so many of his points didn't have anything to do with Ocarina of Time, but just the concept of jumping to 2D to 3D. Who are you? How did you get past the guards? Link didn't want to tell her an elephant could have gone past the guards unnoticed. Is that a fairy? Then, are you from the forest? Then, you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? She's so interested in your jewelry. Do you have it? I do not. There's a lot of funny things you could say to Zelda in this scene here. Well, that's odd. I thought she might be the one for my dream. You really don't have it? Tell me the truth. And then I'll just cycle through this over and over. But yes, we have it. So happy. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. Not a very subtle dream, is it? I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. What is your name, little boy? Fuck me. Strange. It sounds somehow familiar. You know, just because I don't name Link anything funny doesn't mean, like, I don't think other people doing it, it doesn't have, you know... I think when other people do it, it's funny, but sometimes it's kind of forced, I don't know. But when Link is named Fuck Me in Luka Jin's Let's Play, to quote her, this choice has paid off with many happy returns. The three goddesses said the Triforce contained the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule, and we don't know all this, we don't need to read it. Yeah, Zelda as a kid is weird. There's the obvious thing that everyone brings up, and I'm not gonna bring it up. It's there, you know what it is. Let's move on. Here's another weird thing, though. Do princesses wear, like, habits? Like, the nun kind of habit? I always thought, like, the head thing that Zelda wore as a kid was really weird, and I never really understood why it was there. Is that, like, a thing princesses wear? Because I can't really think of, like, another princess from a game or a movie or a show or anything that, you know, really wore something like this. It's almost like she's, like, a member of a church or something. That's right, the Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. Yeah, they're talking about getting to the sacred realm to get the Triforce before Ganon does. But the entrance is sealed behind a stone wall called the Door of Time. And in order to open the door, it is said that you need to collect 3 spiritual stones. And another thing you need is the treasure that the royal family keeps along with this legend. The Ocarina of Time! And it zooms out like this big reveal. Did you understand well the story I just told you? No! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at storytelling. That's right. The Temple of Time is the... Yeah, I know. I was just screwing with you, Zelda. I can be fun. I forgot to tell you. I was spying through this window just now. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds, I believe they symbolize that man in there. Will you look through the window at him? No. I don't need to see any of that. Please, if you don't hurry, he'll be gone. Alright, let's take a look. Can you see the man with the evil eyes? That is Ganondorf, the leader of the Gerudos. They hail from the desert far to the west. Though he swears allegiance to my father, I am sure he is not sincere. And to think, the King of Hyrule, Daphne's whatever Johansson from Wind Waker, is just slightly to the right of this shot right here. The dark clouds that covered Hyrule in my dream, they must symbolize that man! Who's looking at me? What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning. Yet. Except if the window's open and he heard everything. Yes, I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. But I can sense that man's evil intentions. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. She's so upset. She looks traumatized. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world! Link, now we are the only ones who can protect Hyrule. Please! I don't believe you. Such an asshole. Oh, and she looks so legit disappointed. I'm sorry. I believe you. I've played the games. I know. I believe you. Okay, it's fine. Yes, you're welcome, Zelda. I am afraid. I have a feeling that man is going to destroy Hyrule. He has such terrifying power. But it's fortunate that you have come. We must not let Ganondorf get the Triforce. I will protect the Ocarina of Time with all my power. He shall not have it. You go find the other 2 spiritual stones. That's the dangerous part. Let's get the Triforce before Ganondorf does, and then defeat him. One more thing. Take this letter. I'm sure it will be helpful to you. You received Zelda's letter. Well, this letter has Princess Zelda's autograph. Show it off with C. On the blah blah blah, you can blah and blah and blah and blah. Very fascinating. Oh, Zelda. My attendant will get you out of the castle. Don't be afraid to talk to her. She is a terrifying woman. Oh, Zelda. I kind of wish Zelda was present more in this game, because this is kind of like the only part where you really interact with her, but oh well. So I suppose it would behoove me to show these off. You have some cameo portraits of Mario and Bowser in there, and I think Luigi and Peach are on the other side. Oh, Yoshi's on the other side. Oh man, don't tell me Luigi's not here. How good he is. I love how Nintendo has recognized Luigi as this like underdog and lovable oaf character. There's nothing on this side, however, if we cause a ruckus... Hey you, don't cause any trouble! Yeah, don't kick me out or anything. Try to kill me with the bomb. So, you saw how I could pick that bomb up when I was a kid, and one of the big things about when I was on that website as a kid were the Triforce rumors. I had my own theory that since you can't really, well, I had thought you can't really use anything in here, but you can apparently. I thought if you, for whatever reason, if you picked up that bomb and placed it in the exact center here, a grotto will open and it will take you to the Triforce. I guess a bunch of us were just like so obsessed with finding the Triforce back then, thinking it was still possible. Look at you! You're ripped! Why don't you beat Ganondorf up? I am Impa of the Sheikahs. I am responsible for protecting Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. Impa here looks like she could be anywhere between her 20s and 70s. It's so weird. The white hair really, like, throws it off. She literally could be any age. You're heading out on a big new adventure, aren't you? It sounds so, like, demeaning when she says it like that. My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. I have played this song for Princess Zelda as a lullaby ever since she was a baby. There's mysterious power in these notes. Now listen carefully. And we're gonna get our first song here. Ocarina of Time wasn't the first game to introduce an instrument and the concept of songs, but it was the first game to really, like, emphasize them and make it a main part of the game. I probably won't go that slow every time I play a song, but I always do like trying to match the right tempo, I guess is the term for it. Every time you learn a song, the ocarina sparkles and you have that melody play. You learn Zelda's Lullaby, and as I'm learning from the randomizers, Zelda's Lullaby actually plays a lot more of a role in the game than I previously thought. You really are kind of locked out of a lot of stuff without it. You can't get into Darunia's room, you can't get into Zora's domain, you can't do anything in the Water Temple. You must protect this beautiful land of Hyrule. Take a good look at that mountain. That is Death Mountain. Home of the Gorons. They hold the spiritual stone of fire. Oh, what a nice mountain. I'm glad you're sending a child up there. At the foot of Death Mountain, you'll find my village, Kakariko. That is where I was born and raised. Yeah, well, where else would you go? You should talk to some of the villagers there before you go up to Death Mountain. The song I just taught you has some mysterious power. Only royal family members are allowed to learn this song. Remember, it will help to prove your connection with the royal family. The princess is waiting for you to return to the castle with the stones. Alright, we're counting on you! I'm a ninja! Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha! Never realized she just used a Deku Nut and then just disappeared like a ninja. But anyway, so this episode's gone on, I think, long enough. So in the next one, we're going to head on over to Kakariko Village. Oh, wait! But we're not. We're actually going to go to Lon Lon Ranch. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.